Daoud Kuttab joins us now from Amman. He is a journalist and Middle East affairs analyst. Thanks so much for being with us. Do you believe as well that there will be real security repercussions if Israel moves forward with this plan?
Well, people live on hope. And once you have extinguished, then many things can happen. I'm very concerned that if this annexation plan goes through, Palestinians will see no hope, no two-state solution, no independence, no end to occupation. And of course, if there's no hope, anything can happen.
Right, but from Israel's perspective, and especially Netanyahu's, they've been through this before, and they always feel they come out ahead, no matter what fights the Palestinians might throw their way. So what could be the real deterrent for Israel? Because even now, some of their military officials are warning it will be different this time, this is not a good idea, as well as settlers saying they're not ready for this kind of annexation.
Well, I think there's an exaggeration of the response. When the U.S. moved the embassy to Jerusalem, the Palestinian government stopped any talks with the superpower in the world, the U.S. I mean, how many countries are willing to stop talking to America for 2 years? I think the Israelis exaggerate their reaction. I think they really have climbed up a tree that they don't know how to come down on. And I think they will be very sorry if they continue with this annexation, because it violates an international understanding. You know, the world after World War II agreed that no country can take other countries because it's powerful. You cannot take somebody else's land. Yes, we've been under occupation for 50-some years, but this was always known as occupied territories. One day it will end. But if you start making the occupied territories part of Israel, then that changes the formula.
But Israel has been following this pattern for decades now. So do you think Netanyahu will effectively go ahead with this, as he has said he plans to, beginning as early as July the 1st, in just 10 days' time?
I'm on record as saying there will not be annexation. Not that we should not stop fighting it, but I think there will not be annexation. I think Netanyahu screams and barks, but he doesn't bite. And I think he will not go through with this because, as you said, it has opposition internally. It has opposition from the Palestinians in Jordan. It has opposition from countries like Germany, who's willing to sanction Israel, and many in America are against it. So I think he will not go through with it. But we should continue the pressure to make sure that it's never carried through. And not only that, we should also go back to the need to end the occupation. I mean, that's the bigger story that we should worry about.
So much of Netanyahu's policy, though, as of late, really it's contingent on support, steadfast support from the United States. Now, he's gotten that from President Trump, but things could potentially change in November. Do you think Netanyahu is taking that into consideration, though, and wants to see if he can get as much done while a favorable party is still in the White House?
Yeah, I think it's a vote of no confidence in Trump if you were worried that he would lose. But I think he's also mistaken, because even the terrible American plan called the Deal of the Century talks about land swaps. You know, Palestinians, you might be surprised, they're not against annexation. They're against unilateral annexation. But it's okay if they want to take some of our land and give us a corridor between Gaza and the West Bank. That's called land swaps. It has to be equal in size and quality, and that's fine. But if the Israelis are allowed to carry on unilaterally taking somebody else's land, and then everybody's opposed to that.
Okay, Daoud Kuttab, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us there from Amman.